When you go to look at people in your life that have been important, personally I look and my parents and obviously stand out, but Bruton probably has to be next from both a professional and a personal standpoint. I've learned so much from him about business and about how you're supposed to conduct yourself, and just someone that has his experiences, you can't help but learn from those life experiences. So he's taught me so much, he's I think probably a far more he's probably the most misunderstood person in motorsports. Bruton, to me, is funny and kind and generous, and in working for him for 26, 27 years now, he has never once told me to do anything. He has suggested things to me, but he said, it's your call, you do what you want to do there. And he's been the kind of guy that I've loved working for. So I'm thrilled to see him being finally recognized for an honor that's way long overdue. When we were looking for a place to build a racetrack, he's the one who said we've got to look hard at particularly Dallas-Fort Worth, but Texas in general. He's been in business, in the automobile business and the insurance business, real estate in Texas for 40 years. And so we started looking, and it clearly stood out to both of us that the place for us to build this racetrack in the mid-90s was right here in North Texas, in Fort Worth. And he has, that decision was the single best thing to ensure our success. We've been more successful than any speedway that's ever opened its doors from scratch. And what he's done by bringing NASCAR to Texas has opened the door to an important new market, not just Dallas-Fort Worth, which is the 5th largest market in the country, but Houston, which is the 3rd largest city. You've got all the others: San Antonio, Austin, Lubbock, Midland, Odessa, going up into Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Little Rock, on and on and on. And that's been a real key to growing NASCAR throughout the entire country, and is key to the television rights that we enjoy today, things of that nature. So his vision has long been really important for our sport, but his vision has never been more important than bringing NASCAR to Texas. Well, Bruton is obviously a very successful businessman, not just in racing, but a variety of businesses. But he's maybe the most dangerous of all things. He is a race fan, first and foremost. He's never lost that. He is a race fan, but he's also a builder. He loves to build things. And so when you combine being a race fan with building equipment, you start building racetracks and constantly making improvements. Not only did we open this speedway in 1997, but since then have added condominiums that people live in, 100,000 square feet of office space, a 9-story building, a private club, the first of its kind in any sport, the Speedway Club, built the world's largest television, Big Hoss TV, on and on and on. All the things that he's done, that's a combination of him being a racing fan and him being a builder. He loves to build things, and so he's built here at Texas Motor Speedway a monument to our sport. Obviously, when you look at NASCAR, you think of the France family that founded and runs NASCAR to this day. But outside of that, you've got to look at Bruton Smith. He built Charlotte Motor Speedway and opened it in 1960, and now owns and operates 8 different speedways. And they set the bar. Charlotte Motor Speedway in the mid-'80s was the first track to have a speedway club, to have condominiums, things of that nature. It caused other speedways who had just questionable facilities in every regard, horrible restrooms, horrible food service in their concession stands, things of that nature. It caused all the rest of them to have to do better to try to keep up and compete. And now these speedways are grand. They're the biggest stadiums in the world. We've got the 2 biggest televisions in the world at Texas and Charlotte Motor Speedway. But if it wasn't for him raising the bar for venues, I don't think our sport would be where it is. A.J. Foyt has long said, A.J. didn't make Indy, Indy made A.J. And so it's the venues that are key. Fenway Park, the Rose Bowl, Lambeau Field, Boston Garden, etc. Yankee Stadium. Same with these venues. You've got to have great venues, and Bruton Smith has the very best venues. Nobody will deny that. These are show places for the sport, and that's been really key to our sport's growth nationwide.
Building a motorsports empire takes time, persistence, vision, and ingenuity. From his early beginning as a race promoter, Bruton Smith joined forces with Curtis Turner to build the Charlotte Motor Speedway in 1960, a track that would serve as a hub for the sport for decades to come. Fan-friendly innovations introduced at Charlotte included luxury suites, condos, and the first super speedway race under the lights in the modern era. For any sport to grow, it needs great arenas for its fans, competitors, and sponsors. As NASCAR expanded into new markets, Smith, acting as Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Speedway Motorsports Inc, added more venues to its portfolio, including Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Oh, here they come! Gordon got loose in Torvik!
Texas Motor Speedway, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Sonoma Raceway, Bristol Motor Speedway,
The drag race! A photo finish!
New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and Kentucky Speedway. Smith has often been quoted as loving to build things. A lifetime of building things has brought him this nomination for the NASCAR Hall of Fame.